So welcome everyone. My name's Lara Waldman and you're very welcome to Why the Universe Wants You to Be Wealthy, 5 Steps to Abundance Activation. I want to thank you for taking the time out to be here this evening of your busy schedule. And I have a lot of information to share with you today that is going to be really helpful for you in your money manifestation future if you apply these tools that I have for you today. So what I'd really love to invite you to is to stay as present as you can with the call. You're going to get the most out of this time together if you're really here with us. So I know it's easy to get distracted when you got the computer and phones and all sorts of things. What I'd like for you to invite you to do is just stop all that and be here with us all in the moment. You will receive the most from this webinar if you do that. The secret reason is that I do a lot of energy work, and when we're working together, all sorts of stuff starts to move and shift and change that will help you moving forward. And the more present and still you are with that, the more you'll get out of it. So if you can, come and be present in the moment. So welcome everyone. So what I'd like to do the first and foremost, the very first thing is to find out where you are at with money right now. I'd like to get a sense of where we're all at in this space together. So what is your relationship like with money right now? Do you have a great relationship with money? Is everything flowing for you financially? Are you in a place with lack when it comes to money, not enough money? Do you make money, but it seems to all disappear? You kind of spend it or get rid of it? Or do you have to work hard for the money that you have? And if you could just answer A, B, C, D, or you could pick 2 or 3 of them and just share that in the chat box. That would be great, just to have a sense of where we're at here before we begin. Thank you very much. Just take a minute to see where we're all at. It takes a minute to see some of the answers. Just enough, I see. Coming in. A lot of people I've been speaking to today seem to be good at manifesting money, but they seem to get rid of it just as well. All right, let's see what else other people have to say here. Yes, so there's great relationship with money, not money, not enough money. Constantly scraping by. Yeah, I hear you. So seem to get rid of it as soon as it comes in. Yes, that is super normal. A lot of people I speak to have that running. All right. Thank you for sharing. We'll just get a few responses for now. Lovely. Thank you so much. So I'd like to introduce myself to you. Hello, everyone. I'm Lara Waldman. I am now officially the Abundance Activator, but I've been practicing as a healer and a freedom coach since 2003. And I'm now a public speaker. I'm the author of the upcoming book, Abundance Activation, Financial Freedom for Light Leaders, which I'm really excited to share with you soon. And I teach one-to-one work, do one-to-one work with clients. I teach online courses, do workshops, and all sorts of fun stuff. My deep passion is helping you to step into who you truly are, to really show up fully in your life, in your purpose, what you're here to do, be an experience, and live an extraordinary life. And that's what I want for you. And today we're going to be speaking about all of that through the vehicle of money. And it's amazing things start happening when we start looking at money and our relationship with money. And it's been really blowing my mind. And we're going to uncover more and more about what this whole money thing is all about as we go on. And I'm going to give you as much as possible in this time together. We're going to speak for about 90 minutes. It's not possible to give you everything, but I'm going to give you as much as you can. I want to give you stuff that you can implement after the call. And at the end, I have an offer for you, a special offer for those who stay right to the end, which will help you take the next step if you're wanting to find out how to take the next step with all this stuff. So that's coming at the end. So what we're going to be speaking about today is why the universe wants you to be wealthy, the truth about money on the energy, spiritual levels, how money is connected to your purpose, the 5 steps to abundance activation, money manifestation, money blocks and how to clear them, money mindset, the mindset or frame of mind you need to be in order to welcome money into your life, and the connection between money and self-worth, which is super fascinating. So that's what we're going to be talking about this evening. So let's look at your money pain. What made you sign up for this webinar tonight? Where are you at with money? Are you in a place where there's not enough money? You're stuck or limited financially? You have to work in a job that's not your soul's calling, you're kind of working for money. Or maybe you've reached a cap on how much you can earn and can't seem to get beyond that. Maybe you're working too much, or you're working hard for money, or the money that comes in, you seem to get rid of it right away. But I want to look at the real money problem. So when we scratch beneath the surface, what's really going on with our relationship with money? And this is fascinating stuff. What we hit on for most of the people that I speak to is lack of self-worth, not truly valuing yourself, or maybe not believing fully in yourself. This is going on for pretty much every single person that I speak to. I speak to mainly women, the women that I speak to, and it can be really surprising. You may not even be aware that this is running. Maybe you're holding yourself back because others suffer. So this is definitely what I was doing, and a lot of light workers or light leaders that I speak to do, that because other people are going through a hard time, you don't want to, be too happy, too successful, have too much money because other people will feel bad, or you don't want to leave others behind. There's refusing to receive money, pushing money away. And this is often really unconscious, that we're pushing money and all of the good stuff away. And there's also family and societal programming. So this is the stuff that we absorbed and picked up on about money and what money is and what we think the truth about money is from our family, from the society we live in, from the culture that we grow up in. And that stuff has a deep imprint on us and really affects how we think and feel and respond to money. And the solution is money manifestation, welcoming money into your life without working hard, manifesting money in the feminine way, what I call the divine feminine way, and co-creating your life with the earth and the universe. And this is where we create ease and joy when it comes to money. And I'm looking forward to sharing ways to do that with you this evening. And yes, it's possible. So I would love to share with you now the great message from the universe. And this is the message that's coming through me to be shared with you, and what I want you to know, what the universe wants you to know. And my whole energy team, I've got lots of beings that work with me, and angels and spirit guides and all sorts of stuff that I believe we all have. We're all kind of, cheering and celebrating that you're here to receive these messages this evening. So we're going to look at the truth about money, your purpose, and why the universe wants you to be wealthy. And I came to this place to get these messages from struggling myself when it came to money. So as I said, I've been practicing as a healer and a freedom coach for many years. And I absolutely love what I do. And I loved what I did. And I was so connected to my purpose and why I was doing this and why it was so important. And I didn't even think about money, to be honest. I just knew that the most important thing was following my heart and helping people. And that was what I was here to do. And money wasn't even a thought. It just was all right. We were kind of getting by. Didn't have a huge amount of money, but it wasn't a problem. And it wasn't until I ended up having 2 children that kind of money belt became tighter and tighter. I wasn't able to work as much, and we were living off one income. And I started to feel really stuck and limited in my life because of this lack of money. And I thought, I've got this purpose. I'm here to help people. I do this healing thing. But why am I stuck at home feeling unable to do anything? I didn't have money for childcare. I didn't really have money to go out, really. I didn't have money to eat out. I just wanted some of the basic things in life. And it was really, really tight. And so what I did was I started to sit down and have a dialogue with the universe about money. I sat down and said, hey, what is going on with money on this planet? What is the truth about money? Please show me what's going on. Because I started to want to have really, what I thought were really simple things. I said, I wasn't asking for much. I just wanted the freedom to be able to travel, to give my children really great experiences, to eat organic food, to get some help with my kids, help at home. I wanted to, live by the sea. I thought, I'm not asking for much. Why is this a problem? And what I was coming up against were a lot of my limiting thoughts and beliefs that I had around money. I wasn't even aware were running in me. So the message that came through is the message that I have for you now. And I'd like you maybe even just to close your eyes and take a moment to just breathe into your belly. I'm going to have a little sip of water. And open up to receive this message. And you can tune in to whether this feels true for you or not. But this is the message that came through to me many years ago and still comes through to me all the time. And the question is this: how much are you willing to receive? How much are you willing to receive? And what I saw was this beautiful being, not dissimilar to this image that you see in front, of a beautiful being smiling down at me lovingly. He asked me the same question: Lara, how much are you willing to receive? And what I was shown was there was an infinite supply of money there, just ready and waiting. That there's an infinite supply of money available to you, ready and waiting. And all you have to do is open up to receive it. This being was so loving, smiling at me like, oh, Lara. And these beings are here smiling at you lovingly as well, saying, hey, would you be willing to receive this? So what I get is that money is simply energy. It's the energy of all that is, the energy of the universe. And there is an infinite supply of this energy. And it's wanting to come through you, through the vehicle of you, to come through and express itself in the world and experience the world. But what we do without realizing it is that we often unconsciously block ourselves from receiving. We have all sorts of junk and gunk in the way of you receiving this beautiful energy, this money, this wealth into your life. And it's so unconscious, most of it. But what I want to do this evening is bring your awareness to more of it, to find out how you are blocking yourself from welcoming in this infinite supply of money. How much can you handle receiving? And what I get is this money is essentially, it's love. This universal energy is love, and it just wants to flow. And its natural state is to flow. When you block yourself from receiving money, you are out of flow. There's some energy in some way, somehow, that you are blocking or sticking yourself. So what's great is that when we have lack of money showing up in our life, or there's money blocks or barriers, it just means there's something within yourself that you need to look at. There's something in yourself that needs healing, that needs shifting, that needs to be set free in order for you to step into this flow of financial abundance. And this includes abundance of all things, but we're talking about money specifically today. Money triggers stuff in us that other things don't seem to in the same way. So it's an amazing vehicle to understand yourself better. And what happens is, in order to welcome in more of this money into your life, what you need to do is clear and shift some of these blocks and barriers that you've put up around yourself. And what do these blocks and barriers do? Well, in essence, they're designed to keep you safe. They're designed to keep you hidden. They hide your light and they hide the truth of who you are. And for whatever reason, probably many lifetimes old, you decided that it wasn't fully safe to show up in who you truly are and the full essence of who you truly are. Or perhaps you did and you got shamed for it, or criticized for it. So at some point long ago, you decided to keep yourself safe and lock yourself away. And so what happens when you do this practice of money manifestation, of welcoming more money into your life, you're removing and clearing these obstacles and barriers that are hiding the truth of who you are, your light, your gifts. The truth of who you are, bringing the truth of who you are here onto this planet and showing up fully is your purpose. Sharing your light with the world and who you truly are is your purpose. Now, that purpose will look in lots of different ways. There are lots of vehicles for your purpose, like mine, for example, is what we call a healer or a coach or whatever. But it could be in all sorts of ways. There's lots of vehicles that the truth of you can come through. It could be artist or mother or dancer or lawyer or whatever, teacher. So what's so awesome and why the universe wants you to be wealthy is that when you're welcoming money into your life, when you're clearing all these money blocks, you are showing up more fully in who you are. You are sharing your gifts with the world. And this is exactly what the world needs. It's for you to show up in who you are, because who you are is magnificent. And who you are is filled with incredible gifts that you may only have even a glimpse of at this moment. So you opening up the flow of money into your life is equally connected to how much you're willing to show up in your life, to share who you truly are with the world, and be the change that you've come here to be. And this is exactly what we need. Heart-centered beings who are here to make a true difference on this planet, who are here to not only help yourself, but help others. And we need empowered people showing up fully for this. It's what we need now. And the message is so strong from my guidance anyhow. So feel into how that is for you. I'd like you to take a deep breath into your body. Let go of any tension you're holding, anything that stirs up for you. Okay. So, my beauties, I'd like to find out, what is financial freedom for you? So we're going to start tapping away now. So keep breathing, keep staying present with me because things are moving. What amount of money would give you financial freedom? Financial freedom is a feeling. Financial freedom is different for each and every one of us. But what amount of money would give you that feeling? I want you to write that down. And if you feel to, please share with us. I won't share your name out, don't worry. If you want to share what that amount is, put it down, put it out there. Let it be seen. And not only how much money, but what we need to really connect to is the why. Because this is the fuel. This is going to be the fuel that inspires you to keep moving forward towards your new goal. So we want to know, what would be the impact of this amount of money? Why is this amount of money important to you? What would it do? And I'd like you to write it down if you have a piece of paper with you, or just have a little think, close your eyes and have a little feel. What would be the impact of this amount of money? A little hint, most people eventually come down to freedom, wanting to feel freedom, free. But there may be lots of reasons, and it can look in lots of different ways. Now, what I'd love you to do is, you can come up with 2 goals or intentions. One, you can have your first step intention. So it would be the first amount of money to either make each month or each year that would just make you feel, oh, I can relax now. Everything's fine. We're doing all right. Things are good. And that can be your first step intention. And I put that in because our mind sometimes has a hard time receiving or accepting our big goals and visions. So you can have that in if you want. That can be helpful. Little check-in point. And then I'd like your wow goal. And I think we've got someone with, $5 million to care for my family and all the others I'm longing to help. So beautiful. Yeah, most people I speak to, this money is also about helping others, what impact it would have in the world. So your first step intention, your first step goal, and then your big wow goal. What would be, oh my God, I can't believe it. Dreams do come true. Amount of money. And it can either be monthly or annually. And also bear in mind tax. So is this a before tax or after tax number? It's worth putting in because, depending where you are, that can be kind of a significant chunk. All right. So what amount of money would give you financial freedom? What would be the impact of this amount of money in your life, in the world? Your first step intention, what would be a really awesome amount to start making each month or each year? And then what is your big wow, oh my God, I can't believe it, dreams do come true vision? Okay. So we've got our fuel. Now we're going to look at the 5 steps to abundance activation. Learning how to manifest money in alignment with your authentic self. So making sure that it's true for you, your soul, your being, what's right for you in your life. That's what I mean by your authentic self. What's right for you, not what it looks like for someone else. Okay, you ready? Take a deep breath. I'd like you to really show up here, be present. If you're getting all distracted, come back to the moment, because step 1 is to relax. Would you like to make more money doing less? How does that sound? So this is all about the way of what I call the divine feminine. So we have the yin energy and the yang energy. The yang is what I call the divine masculine. The yin is the divine feminine. The yang is very much action, doing energy. The yin is that opening, receiving, being energy. And most of us in this society are very strong in the yang. Our society is very yang focused at the moment. And I believe part of what we're here to do is to rebalance these energies on the planet. We need to rebalance the energies between the masculine and the feminine, and we start by doing that within ourselves. So this money manifestation is all about welcoming money in the feminine way, which is about doing nothing. Stopping, undoing, being. Everything that you're asking for lies within. All of the answers to your question lie within. But if you're running around like a headless chicken, busy, doing, crazy, it's really hard to hear. It's really hard to listen, which is why I'm inviting you to stop and be really present with me now. Because the more still you are, the more you're tapping in to your inner knowing. Now, what we need to do first is give your mind and your body some space to process all of that information that's been coming at you all day, or every day. There's so much going on all the time. And this keeps our mind super busy. We need to give our mind and our body space to process and release, which we're going to come to in a minute. So by you stopping and being, you're giving your mind and body time to process, to slow down, so you can tap in and listen. Not only that, it just feels really good. This is totally preventative medicine. And this is the number one thing that I do each and every day. One of the first things that I do each and every day. And I make it a top priority. So, like most things, I learned this the hard way. So I was very, very strong in my yang energy and my doing energy. I came from a very busy family, very active family, where we didn't really do much sitting around. And, there's a lot of benefits to that. I got a lot done. I was a big achiever. But what started happening for me is that I was exercising a lot, working full time, studying full time, exercising like a maniac. And what started to happen is I started to get ill. And basically, every time I exercised, I would get ill. So then I would stop and then I'd get better. And then when I'd go and exercise again, I got ill again. And this went on and on. And I got more and more frustrated. And around the same time, I got the message. It was pretty clear to learn how to meditate, which I also absolutely hated. I had huge resistance to stopping and being present. But I was getting a very clear message from my body and the universe that I needed to stop. And I wasn't listening. So I was forced to stop through getting ill. And then when I actually started to stop and meditate, that is when some incredible messages started to come through. Like one of them was that I was a healer. Who knew? I thought I was going to be an actress. But no, all this information started to come through to me. And I got very, very clear messages and guidance about what I needed to do next with my life. It was a bit of a shock and a surprise, but I've never looked back ever since. So sometimes if we aren't listening, we're forced to stop, which is what happened to me. So by taking time and space out to sit and be with yourself each day, it really is preventative medicine. I really rarely get ill now. It's pretty cool. So how do you relax? Well, there are different ways to do this. This is what I recommend. Obviously, you need to work with what's right for you. We're all different. But what you want to do is take time every day to stop and be with yourself and make this a top priority. I recommend ideally a minimum of 20 minutes a day if you can, because this seems to be how long it takes for the mind to sometimes still and slow down and for you to really settle into yourself, depending on what's going on. There's a lot going on. Like I find if, maybe there's emotional triggers or bigger stuff happening, sometimes I have to sit there for 30 minutes, 40 minutes before I really drop in and settle. Sometimes it happens instantly. It depends on where you're at with your life. So I like to say a minimum of 20 minutes. Eventually you're going to love doing this. Now I absolutely look forward to this moment in my day. What I recommend is if you're not into a regular habit of stopping and being with yourself each and every day, put this in your diary. It is not going to happen by itself. So what we want to do is create new healthy habits. And you might know what you need to do, but sometimes we need to help ourselves along to make this happen. So what I recommend is making time and space to do this in the earlier part of the day rather than the end of the day, because I find that it's easier to kind of wake up a bit earlier to fit in this time rather than to fit it in at the end of the day. You know your schedule best, but what I've noticed with people is if it's not an established habit and the day starts happening and you've got your computer and you got your phone, you're off. So what I recommend is doing this first thing, and maybe not when you first wake up, but first point in the morning before you get your computer, before you get your phone, and make this one of the first things you do. You fit it in. You can always wake up an extra 20 minutes earlier to make this happen. What I love to meditate. So I talk to a lot of people that really struggle with meditation. I actually have a free meditation e-course on my website, larawaldman.com, which you're welcome to sign up for. Basically, it's sitting and breathing. It's being still with yourself. And you can do this in all sorts of ways. You can also lie down on your back. I like to do this as well. So I tend to meditate every day and lie down on my back at some point in the day as well. For me, this is about resetting the mind. So anytime my mind goes into this kind of overwhelm or busy or kind of it feels full, or if I get kind of heavy or stuck, I will lie down because I know that I've just gotten in my own way there. You might want to set an alarm in case you fall asleep. I tend to lie there until I feel my mind still and myself drop into my body. So I ideally, again, like to allow about 20 minutes for this, but whatever you have is fine. It's 5 minutes is better than no minutes. And I say, and then you let it all go, which we're going to be talking about in a minute. You just let go and you breathe. It is as simple as that, and be present with your body. So let's do it now. Take a deep breath. You can put your hand on your belly if that helps. Take a deep breath into your body. We're not going to do full meditation. We're just going to stop for 1 second and say hello. And just ask yourself to arrive here present in this moment. Let's feel in for a few seconds. How are you doing? Say hello to yourself. It's amazing how we distract ourselves. And I say, if this is challenging for you, to prioritize yourself and prioritize this time. Like, what if meditation or taking time out for you is going to be the thing that transforms your financial reality for the better? Would it be worth it? I think so. So that's step one, to relax. Step two is release. What limiting thoughts and beliefs do you have when it comes to money? And I'd love you to share this in the chat box, please, and see what we come up with. What limiting thoughts and beliefs do you have when it comes to money? And please share. Let's see what we got. Okay. So when I start exploring with people what comes up, often people say, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. I'm wondering what it is for you. It might be different. And it takes a minute sometimes just to see. Yeah, there we go. Money equals sacrifice. Yeah. I haven't got enough. I always struggle financially. Yeah. So these are the kind of voices that run in our head around money that just feel like they're true. We might not even identify them yet as limiting thoughts and beliefs, but this is what I'm here to help you to identify today. All right. So let's have a little look at the next page. So here are some of the things, the themes that I come up against again and again when I'm speaking with people about money. So I have to work hard for money. I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve it. I'm a bad person. Money's dirty. It's bad. And the one that was really big for me was that it's not spiritual to want money. If I'm truly spiritual, I'm this healer I claim to be, then I wouldn't even think about money. I wouldn't need it. I wouldn't ask for it. It's wrong and bad. And it was sort of like selling out. That's what it kind of seemed like to me. And what happened for me is I had this friend say to me years and years ago, remember he was talking about Deepak Chopra and how Deepak had these fancy cars and all this money. And he said, if Deepak was truly spiritual and truly wanted to help people, he'd do this for free. And it really just threw up this whole conflict in my universe. This was many, many years ago, but this was some of the stuff that was hitting me when I was looking at shifting my financial reality. And it'll be slightly different for you. But it's super fascinating to start digging in. I mean, I definitely had, I'm not good enough, I'm a bad person. For me as well, it was like, it sort of felt like there was something wrong with me, that I wasn't quite right. And I know that a number of people that I speak to have this running as well when we start scratching beneath the surface. So this is the stuff that is unconsciously, mostly, blocking you when it comes to welcoming more money into your life. So we need to release this because, my darling ones, it is just simply not true. And it breaks my heart. I mean, it really does. When people say to me, I'm just not good enough, oh my God, it makes me want to cry. And yet those feelings, they feel so real. They feel so real, and yet they're just the biggest lie ever. And they're a lie that's designed to keep you stuck and small. And it's my job to help blast through those things, to set you free, because it is really not serving you or anybody. So let's have a look. The beautiful Karina Leday. So I've been working with Karina. She's a wonderful channel, intuitive and healer, beautiful, beautiful being. And we were looking at her financial plan, and what we started to hit up again was some really deep-rooted patterns that were holding her back. And like so many people I speak to, Karina, wants to help the world and wants to help everyone. And, she was really holding herself back because she didn't kind of want to leave anyone out. She really wanted to help everybody. And there was also stuff that was coming up with her family as well, that, if she changes her financial reality and is successful, that somehow abandoning her family, in a sense. It's sort of like leaving them behind. And if you make money or if you charge too much, then you're leaving behind all those poor souls who are struggling. And I had this running massively myself, so I really related to it. But what do you think happens when Karina, or anyone for that matter, holds themselves back to help those poor souls? So what happens, from what I see from a healing perspective, is that by trying to help everyone, by, in essence, shrinking herself, she's actually hiding her gifts. And this is what we uncover with this work, is when you have all these limiting thoughts and beliefs showing up, you hide who you are. So Karina was wanting to serve everyone, but who wasn't she serving? Well, she wasn't serving herself. And if you're not serving yourself, you're really actually not able to make the bigger impact that you're here to make. So by holding yourself back to help everybody else, you're actually not really serving people or the world in the way that you're meant to. So it seems like kind of paradoxical, but by valuing yourself and really welcoming this money into your life, you actually rise up into your greatness. And actually, it allows you to make a bigger impact in the world, to help and serve others. And that journey's hard. I mean, it was super hard for me as well. But Karina is shining her light so much more beautifully now and really stepping up. And she's, really channeling and focusing her energy where it can really be used best. And it is just so beautiful watching her shine even brighter. So the steps to release. So how do we do this? Well, you know what? It's a journey. It really is a journey, but it's not that difficult. The first step with releasing is you need to identify your limiting emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and programming that you have about money. And this is a journey because we're not always aware, and it sort of evolves as you go along. But so when we ask, what are your limiting thoughts and beliefs about money, the things that popped up are some of those things that need to be released. What you need to do is you need to see those beliefs for what they are, which is not the truth. This is so, so important. You need to know it's not the truth. It is just a limiting emotion, thought, and belief that you have about money or yourself. It's not the truth. You need to make the choice to let them go. You need to make the choice to stop buying into them as real. And that can be hard because they feel so real. And then you make the choice to let them go powerfully, and you blast them away. And you can say this very simple thing. It's not really about the words. It's about your intention behind the words. Your intention is the most important thing. So you might want to write this down. All limiting emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and programming that I have about money that stop me, block me from receiving money, I let them go now. All limiting emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and programming that I have about money that stop me, block me from receiving money, I let them go now. And you want to do this every day. And maybe many times throughout the day, anytime those limiting thoughts and beliefs pop up. Okay, so we're going to do that now. Take a deep breath into your belly. Land here. This is the first step. Relax, breathe, connect in. And now we're going to invite, simply by you intending it to be, it is, or at least we start the journey of releasing, all limiting emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and programming that you have about money that stop you and block you from receiving money. Let them go now. You can imagine that melting out of your body into the earth beneath you, releasing into the energy around you, handing it over to the angels if you're into angels, releasing it from your body and from your mind. It's just a lie that feels so real, and you make the choice to release it. Now, what's fascinating as you do this process, that you may have more and more awareness about these thoughts and beliefs. And what you may not be aware of is that they're running all the time. So I didn't know, for example, that I had this self-worth thing running. I didn't know that I felt like a bad person. But as I started to do my inner work, I started to hit up against these unpleasant feelings. So all you need to do, you don't need to go into a big drama about it. We don't need to do analysis paralysis, I like to call it. Just need to let it go. It's just not true. So all that is, I let it go now. Okay? All right, my lovelies. So take a deep breath. Calling on all you here. We're letting go. We're relaxing, releasing. And now step 3 is to receive. Is to receive. And it's not dissimilar to this beautiful sun, to welcoming the sun in, the light of the sun, the warmth of the sun into your skin, receiving all those vitamins and beautiful energy, lying there sunbathing. It's not dissimilar to that. Opening up to receive. So this is really an energetic thing. And this is what we were talking about before, about how the universe is just like, how much are you willing to receive? How much are you willing to receive? How much money? How much joy? How much fun? How much pleasure? And you might notice your body kind of cramp up even with that question. And that's where you block yourself. I'm not allowed. So what we want to do is release all that holding and tension and breathe it in. This is just about breathing in the goodness. Breathing in the goodness. I'll share some tips with you how to do that. I'm just have a little check in the chat box, see if anyone has saying anything. I'm just being asked to repeat that releasing thing. I'll repeat it one more time. All limiting emotions, thoughts, and beliefs. All limiting emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and programming that I have about money that stop me, block me from receiving money, I let them go now. And remember, it's the intention behind it. You have to really mean it. I'm ready to let it go. Get powerful about it. Okay, I'm going to receive. All right, so the steps to receive. This is, again, it's very, very simple. This is what I'm talking about. Making money, manifesting money, the feminine way, the way of ease. This is what it is. These first 3 steps are super, they're energetic. They're quite passive in a sense. They don't require a lot of hard work. So what you want to do every day is you want to get your money goal, that amount of money that would bring you the feeling of financial freedom. You want to have it there. I have a vision board. I have it, the things that I'm asking for in my life, I want to manifest in my life on a board, on a vision board that you can see each and every day. You can put this amount of money somewhere where you can see it. You want to ask every day, what would it take to bring in that amount of money each month or year, whatever amount you have, if it's monthly or yearly, with ease and joy? We want to put in ease and joy, so it's not like with hard work and struggle and sacrifice. What would it take to bring in your financial freedom amount of money each month or year with ease and joy? And so who are you asking? Well, you can ask yourself. You can ask your subconscious. But for me, I'm asking the universe. I'm asking all my energy helpers. And I'm asking what I call my higher self, my soul. And you've got it too. You've got a higher self. And this part of you, the universe in your higher self, has a 360-degree perspective on what is possible. And it knows the answers. Your sweet little mind, your little limited mind, can only see a very small picture of what's possible. So we're asking because you don't need to know how this is going to happen. You just need to be willing to open up and receive it showing up in your life. This is quite hard for our brains to grasp. But your mind can only understand that which it already knows. And so when we're opening up here, we're opening up with this question to bring in the infinite possibilities of this money coming in. We don't know how to do that yet. But we're asking the universe, we're asking our higher self, we're tapping into our subconscious. What would it take to bring in this amount of money each month, year with ease and joy? The next step will help you with that. We'll come back. So this is the first thing you need to do is just ask. Ask the question. Stay in the question. And ask every day. What would it take to bring in X amount of money each month and year with ease and joy? And you want to breathe it in. So imagine it like the sun, or imagine it like light coming into every single cell in your body and welcome it into your body. I'd like you to do this with me now. Close your eyes and breathe. And imagine this amount of money that you're asking for, welcoming it into your body, breathing it into every single cell. And, sometimes visualization takes a bit of practice. It might not be easy for you right away. Some of you it will be. It just takes a bit of practice sometimes. Breathe this amount of money into your body, into every single cell. You can imagine it as light, or imagine it as the sun, or love. And then with the exhale, release anything that's getting in the way. So there's a process. When you start opening up to receive, you may start to hit up against some of those thoughts and beliefs and programming that are limiting you. And then you do the release. I let it go now. So it's not always, in a straightforward step. Sometimes we do the receive, and then we need to do some more releasing. One of the visuals that came through for me was this money, gold pouring through the top of my head, the crown chakra, coming through my body and then out through my hands and my feet. What was so cool, my whole body was filled up with money, and then all the excess poured out of my hands and feet into the planet, into all life around me. And this money went swirling and whirling all around the planet, gifting everyone. And shifting this poverty consciousness that we've got on this planet. Feeding everyone who's hungry. Gifting everyone who is in a state of lack. And I realize this energy wants to come through and gift itself everywhere. It's for you. You need to be full up with it first, and then all that excess spillover can go out to all life around you. Everyone I speak to, it's for them, it's for you, but it's also because you want to help and make a difference on the planet. And I ask you, where can we make the greatest impact on the world? With money or without money? Where do we make the biggest impact in this world? With money or without money? Yes, we can make an impact without money, but every single person I ask this question to, the answer comes with money. So I'm saying this for those of you who might struggle with receiving money for you, but might be more inclined to make money for others. So what if you welcoming more money into your life will make a bigger impact in the world? Including yourself in that, though. So let's say yes to money. I want to give you permission to say yes to it. It's not a dirty thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing that is here to serve you and this planet. It's the way that we exchange right now. It's just energy. It's not good or bad. It's all the judgments that we have around money that make it, good or bad. It's just an energy. So say yes to money. And I'd like you to become that amount of money. Step into it. So what do I mean? Well, this is another energetic tool I like to play with where you step into that amount of money. So I'd like you to close your eyes again and breathe into your body and imagine you with that amount of money that you're asking for in your life, in your body, that you become it. It's there. You imagine it as your reality now. This is a really powerful exercise. And what does that feel like in your body to have that amount of money, to be that amount of money? What does it feel like? What does it feel like? Does it feel dirty and bad? Or does it feel light, joyful, playful, healthy, happy, free? Again, when I ask people this question, it feels good. It feels good. So where have we got all confused about what money is? That it's this bad, awful thing. When we imagine stepping into that amazing amount of money, the money that gives you financial freedom, the body feels lighter and more expansive, more free. We feel more ourselves. So do you see that we may just have got this whole money thing a little wrong or a little twisted and contorted? And I've got a little, theory on that. So people who are in lack or poverty or stuck with money, are they empowered? It's much easier to control people who are in lack, who are in survival mode. People who are financially free are free. So this is what I'm all about, the empowerment of you and setting yourself free to create the life that you're here to create and experience the life that you want to experience, whatever that looks like. All right, my beauties. So do this daily. Do this daily. And what's happening is you're asking for this amount of money to come in. You're opening up to receive it. You're practicing receiving. I was the world's worst receiver, okay? An awful receiver. I'm still working on receiving. But often people who want to help others are very good at giving, not so good at receiving. You have to receive for you first and foremost. So the analogy that comes up a lot for me is, when you're in an airplane and the oxygen masks drop, what do they ask you to do? They ask you to put your oxygen mask on first. Why? Well, if you have oxygen, you stay conscious to help others. If you're putting on everyone else's oxygen mask on first and you don't put on yours, what happens to you? Pass out. So if you have oxygen, you're able to breathe and help others more efficiently, right? So it's the same with receiving all the good stuff. The more that you've got, the stronger you are, the better you're doing, the more you can give to others, the more you can contribute. Okay, you want to do this every day. You with me? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Letting go of any tension or holding in the body. Opening up to receiving. Welcome it in. You so deserve it. You so deserve it. It's your true nature. So I'd like to introduce you to the beautiful Lisa Black, who is a powerful heart healer and mentor living in New Zealand. And she has a great money story and journey with money where, she grew up with all the classic lack and limitation when it came to money. And actually, she did a kind of whole money rebel thing where she really turned her back on money. She was kind of like, screw you, money, I don't need you. I can do life without you. And, she did, but this was with a lot of hard work and struggle. And she eventually got married and had kids, and they were in this, I think they accumulated quite a bit of debt, and they were, struggling when it came to money. And Lisa started creating her heart-centered business, and she was all about giving and all about service and all about helping others. She gave out a huge amount of energy, but got to a place where she was really, really exhausted. And it wasn't really until she had her little girl that she suddenly, all of her money stuff, her relationship with money really kind of smacked her in the face. And she realized that she really needed to look at some of her money stuff so she didn't hand it on to her daughter, the stuff that she'd picked up on in her family. So she started to really look at her relationship with money and what was going on with her and money. It was a healing journey. But where she's at now, which is so awesome, is she's really learned how to value herself and love herself deeply more by welcoming more money into her life. She's been on this journey of self-love, obviously, she's a heart healer for a long time, but has taken this even deeper with welcoming more money into her life. And they got to the place, her and her husband, where they realized they got enough money coming in, they realized that her husband could actually retire. So rather than buying lots of gadgets, they decided that what they wanted was this amazing lifestyle. So they moved to the countryside. Her husband was able to quit her job eventually. She is now providing for the family, for their 2 kids, living in a beautiful area, you know, working just the right amount of hours for her, hanging out with her kids, running around with her pony. She's got a baby horse right now, so awesome. And just living this extraordinary life and really serving her clients really powerfully. And, you know, she's a huge inspiration to me, and I hope she is to you as well. So, how are you doing? Take a deep breath. Come into your body. Letting go of any tension, any holding, any limiting thoughts and beliefs. Opening up to receive. Breathing that money and becoming that money. Oh, it feels so good. Now, step 4 is rhythm. Actually, this reminds me of you, Effie. Your wedding dress. So this is the step that I was missing for many years, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But this is about taking action. This is about taking guided action to make your dreams come true. Now, this is where we bring in a little bit of the yang energy, but from a softer energy, not from the burning yourself out, overworking, pushing yourself really hard, but from guided action. I'd like to talk to you about in 1 sec. So I just want to share a quick story. So I've been playing with manifestation for 13 years, and I've had lots of fun with it. Now, I want to tell you about what happens when you do manifestation without taking action, because this is what I did. So I thought, oh, right, all you need to do is sit and you call on it and you clear your stuff, and then things magically appear. And, you know, to some extent, that's true. I did manage to manifest things into my life. Things did magically pop into my life in this way. But there were certain things that didn't, and it didn't change. And I felt so frustrated because I had this big vision of what my life was supposed to be and what my business was supposed to be, and it wasn't shifting and changing. And the bit that I was missing was that I wasn't actually taking action. I wasn't taking any physical action. I was just sitting there meditating. And it cracks me up now because it's funny. But also, you know, why wasn't I taking action? Well, because what I needed to do to shift my reality was terrifying to me. And it was out of my comfort zone. So I'll tell you what, if you want your life to continue as it is right now, what you do is you don't change anything. You just continue to do exactly what you're doing. Now, if you want to change your financial reality, it means that there's going to be some things you need to shift and change. Like, you know, I was practically giving my services away, really undercharging. I needed to really take a good close look at how I was running my business and what I was charging, for example. That was super uncomfortable. Putting up my prices was extraordinarily uncomfortable for me. But that was part of the action I needed to take to shift my financial reality and also to serve my clients better. So the action you need to take is not always comfortable. It's not always comfortable. I want to talk to you about that here. So, rhythm is about getting into your body and getting grounded. Now, from a healing perspective, what I feel with a lot of beautiful beings who are here to make a difference on this planet is they're only half in their body. And some are totally not in their body at all, like I wasn't in my body at all, floating around the ethers. It's all so nice connecting up to the angels and all that. Not so much fun being in the body. You need to get into your body. So the thing is, right, is that there's all of this infinite supply of money just waiting for you on the energy levels. But it needs to come through you, through your vehicle, through your body in order to show up physically on the planet. So it's through your body, through you, that this money will show up. Sometimes it does magically appear. That's true too. But you also need to take action to make that happen. So to get into your body, ways to do that are to move your body. So I'm all about exercising in a way that works for you and your body. Maybe that's yoga. For a lot of women, it's dancing. That works really well because you can really get out of your head and move fluidly. I like to go for really gentle jogs. I used to do hardcore running. Now I just do gentle jogging. Yoga, swimming, dance, whatever it is for you. Walking, getting out in nature. Move the body. Bodies like to move. But listen to your body. Because I used to move my body, but like pound the crap out of it. You want to really make sure you're tuning in to what it's really asking for. Now you want to listen to your intuition. And this is why you need to, that first step, which is to stop, to relax, and then to let go of all that junk in your head. Because the answers lie within you. But we need to get quiet enough so you can hear. So what are you being guided to do? And what's so awesome is that mostly everyone that I speak to, we kind of know somewhere what we need to do, but the answer might not be what we want to hear. So for example, for me, one of the first things I was guided to do when I was really starting to look at shifting my financial reality, but also my business, was I was guided to come out of hiding, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. And what was I asked to do? I was asked to post videos on YouTube. And I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me, because that is like the worst thing I could imagine. So I filmed a video, which, wasn't very well filmed at all. But I remember when I went to post it, I was literally shaking. I thought, oh my God, this is it. This is where like everyone's going to attack me and judge me and criticize me. But this was the first step for me. This was the guided action I was being asked to take. You need to get yourself visible. You need to let people know you exist in the world. Stop hiding. That was one of the actions I was being guided to take, for example. It would be perhaps different for you. But it was through intuition. There's little knowings of what I need to do and then taking action on that. Most of us somewhere know what we need to do. Sometimes we need a little bit of help, like teasing that intuition out. But it's just we don't always like the answers because it's uncomfortable. So my darling ones, in order to change your financial reality, you need to allow yourself to be uncomfortable. It's change and transformation, stretching out of your comfort zone isn't always comfortable. It doesn't have to be super hard, but it's not always comfortable. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that one. But step one, which relaxing or meditation can really help with, the fears that come up and the doubts, and then the releasing all the crap that comes up that might stop you from doing that. And because this journey to taking action or this guided action can be uncomfortable, what I 100% recommend is that you get support. You need to get support and accountability. Because it's so easy just not to do anything. It's so easy just to stay in your comfort zone. Because you would know it. You might not totally enjoy what your life's like, but you know it. It's what you know. Get support, get hand-holding, get accountability. Now, the thing to bear in mind is that things rarely show up as you imagine they will. You need to let go of the how this is going to happen. And I know this is hard for our brains to understand, but your little brain can only understand that which it already knows. So if your brain knows, one financial reality and you're asking for something totally different, it may not know what that looks like. So you need to let go of how, you need to let go of what it looks like. All you need to do is take that guided action from your intuition, which is kind of how I see it, is like the universe gives us breadcrumbs. All you need to focus is on the next baby step, and then the next baby step after that, and then the next baby step after that. I got really distracted by my big vision. So I've always had big, big visions. I can see what's possible for my life and your life, everyone's lives. But that wasn't really helping me so much because I needed, what was the next little step? And then the next little step, and then the next little step. That's all you have to focus on. You don't need to know how it's all going to happen. And that's hard. That takes a lot of trust. It does. And patience. And sometimes, just to bear in mind, when you're changing your reality, sometimes things can feel like they're falling apart. Or things are like, oh my God, what's happening? And sometimes things are actually falling apart so that they can fall back together. And this has happened to me. It's like almost like on the brink of change, on the brink of when the thing's going to show up, it can feel like it's all just going to pieces. So I want you to bear that in mind as well, that like there can be this sort of panic. And sometimes I've gone, oh, no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Take it all back. So this is again why you need that support and accountability in those moments where you might be having little freakouts. You need someone that'll go, it's all good, you're on track, it's all happening. It's all okay. Okay? So take that guided action to get into that body. Listen to your intuition and take that guided action. And it's often very straightforward and very simple. If it starts getting all messy and emotional and overwhelmed and anxiety, that means you need to release. There's something to release. Your intuition and guided action will be very simple and straightforward. And there's no drama. Drama is made up by the mind, by your ego. Your intuition has no drama attached. Okay? If there's drama, you just need to do some releasing. Alrighty. And step 5 is to repeat the first 4 steps, ideally each and every day. And sometimes many times throughout the day even. And once you get the hang of it, it doesn't need to take a long time. It really doesn't. You can do it all in 20 minutes. You can do it all in 10 minutes. I like 20 minutes. So I think that's a nice amount of time for you to kind of get the mind out of the way. But, it doesn't need to take very long. It can be super quick. You just need to do it ideally each and every day because you're creating new habits here. You're creating new habits and you need to keep shifting that junk that gets in the way. So I do this every day because I come in and I limit myself each and every day. And so do you. So do we all. It's part of our interesting human challenge. Or makes life interesting, perhaps. So you need to keep lifting the lid on what's possible, opening up to receive. And that's the practice. That is a practice. And I think it is so worth finding those 20 minutes extra a day to create your magical life. I really do. So it's as simple as that, beautiful people. So the 5 steps to abundance activation are relax, stop, be, breathe, say hello to yourself, release, let go of everything and anything that's holding you back from opening up to receive. Practice receiving this money into your life, this amount of money that you're asking for, and then keep releasing. Releasing really is the biggest part of all of this, in my opinion. It requires the most amount of attention. Rhythm, get in your body. Show up to your life. This is really about getting into the driver's seat of your life. And what I see, I get shown these when I work with people, I get shown these really funny visuals a lot. They're like little films in my head. And it's like when we're not showing up fully in our life, when we're not fully in our body, it's like trying to drive a car from the back seat, like with your feet. Or sometimes it's like trying to drive the car, expecting the car to move when you're outside of the car. That's when you're totally not in your body. Or the woman I saw the other day, she was on the hill and the car was down at the bottom of the hill and wondering why things weren't moving forward. So it's kind of funny, right? Because obviously, how do we drive a car? We need to open up the door, slide into the driver's seat, grab onto the wheel, start the car, and accelerate, move forward. So often it's like, if you're in the car, maybe you've got one foot on the brake and one foot on the accelerator pad at the same time. You want to lift your foot off the brake and allow the vehicle of your body, to drive forward. And trust. And then you repeat. So practice these steps every day for the greatest result. Okay. So this is the lovely Juliet Bryant, who is an amazing nutritionist. She's a superfood queen. And she's saying that Lara really believes there's great potential in everyone. And if you want to find someone to help you realize it, this is your women. And this is true. I know the potential that's within you. I see it. One of the things I'm gifted with is being able to see the truth of who you are. And I see the truth of who you are, your soul, your being, your uniqueness. There's no one else like you in the entire universe. You come here with something special. I also see all the ways that you shut that away and try and hide it, and all the emotions and thoughts and beliefs that you put around yourself that keep that hidden. I also see that. And that's the stuff we need to shift and clear, to let the truth of who you are out. So you can pretend you're not anyone special. You can pretend you're not really good enough. But I know the truth. I know the truth. So I'd like you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Into your body, into your belly. And imagine for a second. This is so powerful. your ability to imagine and visualize. What if you could wake up in the morning without any worries or concerns about money, knowing that what you need is there? What impact would that have? How does that feel in your body? I'd like you to imagine for a second how happy you would feel, how good it would feel to be financially free. What does financial freedom feel like in your body? What does it sound like? What does it look like? I'd like you to imagine for a second having all the money you need to enjoy the things that you love in life, with a great balance between your work, what you love to do, your purpose, and all the other areas of your life. So if you had all the money you need, what else would you be doing with your life? What would you be choosing to spend your time doing? And would it be going on retreats, hanging out with friends, being with your family, having time for you, getting a massage, eating amazing food, going on amazing holidays? What is it for you? What's really important for you? What does that look like, feel like? Imagine in your body. This is part of the power of manifesting. You being able to visualize what it looks like, feels like, tastes like, smells like. Allowing it to be a possibility for you. And just watch, are there any thoughts or beliefs that come up when you're doing that? Release them and let them go. All that is, I let it go now. Anywhere I'm coming to limit or stop myself, I let it go. Allow yourself to have that dream, that vision. This is the true nature of who you are, is to experience life to the fullest. To experience joy and fun. Lack and limitation is not your true self. It's not your true essence. It's part of our human struggle, or our human challenge, and our human journey. But we can shift and change that if you choose. Okay, so why is this so important? It's so important because this is your true nature. This is who you are. Who you are is freedom. Who you are is joy. Who you are is magnificence. Who you are is magnificent. It's what you're here to do, be, and experience on a soul level. And the bigger purpose of your life, you are here to shift and change this crap that keeps you stuck and small. Because when you do that for you, you do it for everyone else. As within, so without. I don't know if you've heard that saying. It's that ripple effect. You drop that pebble in the pond and it ripples out. We don't always see the impact that we have in the world. This gives you energy, a feeling of fulfillment, a feeling of purpose, a connection to your purpose. When you're welcoming more money into your life, you're shifting all the stuff that stops you from doing that and experiencing that. And ultimately, you experience greater joy, greater peace, and greater freedom. And my beautiful ones, can you tap into how powerful that is? Like, what impact does a person have when they're in that energy of joy and peace and freedom? Does that do bad stuff? Does that create problems here? Sometimes it can trigger people who aren't in that place. But what impact does it have? To me, that's like sunshine. That's like sunshine. Okay, so I really just want you to get that you have permission to start working towards this. That it's important that you do, and it's part of your impact here in the world, and part of what you're here to do and be. Okay? It's okay, whatever you choose, but this is possible for you. That's what I want you to get. All right, this is possible. How? How, I hear you ask. So the universe and I have co-created something for you. So I get divinely guided. We're talking about intuition, about everything that I'm supposed to do on this planet. And I've been asked to create something for you to help you with this. So if you'd like to take all this to the next level, this is for you. I've had some beautiful feedback from people who've been applying the 5 steps just from the webinar and seeing changes show up in their life. But if you want extra support, this is for you. All right. So I'd like to invite you, if it's calling you, to join the Abundance Activation course. And this is where you're going to learn how to manifest more money into your life in a way that's in alignment with your authentic self, really diving deeper into all of that. We're going to be diving deeper into welcoming money into your life in the feminine way, the way of receiving, of making money with ease and joy, moving beyond this sort of lack and struggle and sacrifice. This is going to help you to step powerfully into your truth and your purpose as you welcome more money into your life and business. This is what happens when you welcome more money into your life and business. You step more powerfully into your truth and your purpose, which is the deeper reason why I'm being asked to teach all this stuff to you. This is what we need. People powerfully stepping into their truth. This course is ideal for you if you have a deep desire to help others, the planet, and make a difference upon this earth. This is who really I'm here to serve, the people I like to call the change makers, or the light leaders, or the light workers. If you're a heart-centered therapist, coach, healer, self-employed business owner, entrepreneur, if you have big dreams, but you're stuck when it comes to bringing more money into your life, you're working hard for money and want to find greater balance with your work and life, or perhaps you're currently employed but wish to transition into running a heart-centered business, but you just don't know how to do that. So this is who the course is ideal for. You don't have to tick all those boxes, but this is who is really calling. And the people that I know are here to really make a difference on the planet in some way, somehow. You may not even know what that looks like yet, but there's a calling. There's a calling deep within you. So this is a 12-week abundance activation course, and I've been guided to make this 12 weeks so that you're held and supported for this 12-week period to really start to shift and change your financial reality. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to learn tools to manifest anything that you want in life. We're going to be focusing on money in particular, but the tools will apply to absolutely any area of your life. You'll learn how to manifest money in alignment with your authentic self. So this is about how to really tap in to the truth of who you are, your purpose, and your intuition, to let that guide you forward in life so that everything you do is in alignment with your truth. So you're not doing anything sleazy or anything that doesn't work for you, okay? You're going to be powerfully identifying your money blocks. So as you do this process, as you're held and supported on the course, your stuff that's in the way will come up. And we're going to help you to clear them and really stop pushing money away. Okay? So this is like the heart of it, really, is about supporting you to really get out of your own way. We're going to look at money mindset, the frame of mind you need to manifest money. How to use your intuition to manifest more money. I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. That's a practice as well, something to learn how to trust. And how to set your pricing in a way that honors you and your work. So this is a super interesting practice that I help people to do as well, one-to-one, but also we'll be doing this in the group. And how to develop greater self-worth through money manifestation. And interestingly, when you're doing money manifestation, your self-worth grows. And who you are, your sense of self and your value in the world, which is absolutely essential, I feel. If you could do that, if you could just walk around feeling good about yourself, loving yourself, valuing yourself, that has such a massive impact in the world. That's what we need. So I'll tell you a bit more how this works if it's calling you, if you're interested. This is a 12-week online course starting on Wednesday, May the 4th. Wealthy Wednesdays, I'm calling them. And so what's really cool about the online course, you can be anywhere in the world. We're going to have weekly live calls where you can ask your questions to me. You get coaching and mentoring live from me. But if you can't make the live calls, they're also recorded. So you can send in your questions, comments beforehand. You get private mentoring and support from me in a Facebook group. That will be mainly Monday to Friday. That'll be in this group. And you get accountability and support from others in the group as well. So there's this really powerful visual I keep getting that together we grow and expand together. I'm calling it a manifestation wave. I had this image of all these people together, holding hands, rising up together, climbing up this mountain together. That this isn't about, you know, one person getting to the finish line first. This is about us growing together. And that is really, really powerful. So that's the power of a group on an energy level, is that you help each other, hold each other, and rise up together. And you're receiving money manifestation tools for life. So these tools you can use for the rest of your life. And that is my intention, is that you have them for the rest of your life. I use them each and every day. And in my opinion, they are priceless. So I've got a special bonus for those of you today live on the call who are feeling called to join. And this is a VIP half day with me, where you will get abundance coaching. We're going to heal your money blocks. We're going to help you to receive more money and deep dive into your relationship with money and shifting and clearing anything that's in the way of that. And this is, if you sign up tonight, this is a special bonus for you. And this is valued at £500. And the other thing we can do is we can split it up into two, which I was thinking might be kind of fun too, that you can do in different points of the course. So that's also an option as well. So the lovely Ruby, who is a wonderful healer, mentor, wise woman in Canada. She's like the badass of healing. I love her. And she's a rebel. She's a healing rebel, which is super fun. She says, you know, everything you need is within you now. And this is really how I feel, is everything you need is within you now. I am all about the empowerment of you. This isn't about you needing someone else to fix you. This is about you learning how to tap into what you know, that you have all of this potential. I mean, seriously, if you could see what I see, your mind would be blown about who you really are. You are beyond extraordinary. And we've just forgotten, you know, it's been kind of hidden. And this is about you accessing that. This is what I want. I want a whole bunch of super powerful, empowered beings walking on this planet, making a difference, wanting to help each other and have a really good time as well. So that is what I'm about, is bringing out your amazingness and what you have within you now. It's not something you need to find outside of yourself. It's like this hidden jewel, this hidden gem that's buried within you. Okay, so I also have a special prize as an incentive for you. If you kind of know that you want to join, there's a little incentive to join tonight, and this will save you £200. And if you're listening to the recording, I'm sorry it's not available anymore, but this is for those who took the time to join up live this evening. So we'll just recap the Abundance Activation course offer for you. This is 12 weekly calls. They're live money mentoring calls, or recorded. If you can't make it live, there's no problem. Starting May the 4th on Wednesday. And you're going to be learning transformational money manifestation tools to have for life. My intention is that you use them for the rest of your life and create your magical life. You have private support and accountability in a group I'm calling the Abundance Activation Academy. And that will be where you get support from me, but also other members of the group. We have so far 11 women signed up for this course. And the women in this group are awesome. And there is going to be some incredible networking opportunities as well here. Like together, we're pooling all of our amazingness, we're going to do some awesome stuff together. So there are some very special people here too that will also be there with lots of gifts and wisdom to help and support you on your journey. And you're one of them, by the way. You're one of them. And by signing up tonight, you get a free VIP half day with me. Or like I said, we could split it up into 2 days just over the course of the course. And that's not in there. Sorry about that. Abundance Activation course offer. So this course is valued at £897. So you have to do a currency converter if you're in other parts of the world. This is what I was guided to price this course at. I get told how to price things and how much it's worth and the value of this course. So this is very much what it's valued at. You have your bonus VIP session, which is worth £500 with me, just by signing up tonight. And so the total value of both those things are £1,397. But not to worry, there's an opportunity to pay this evening. So your special offer for you this evening, if you get registered tonight, is £697, so £697, so you have that £200 off. And you also get your VIP session with me, the half day VIP session with me. So that's for those of you who are live on the call and who register tonight. If you're listening to the recording, it will be at a different price. So your options are, what you can do is you can pay in 3 monthly installments of $247. So you can do one this evening, and then one in May 28th, one in June the 28th. Or you can do the full pay up front this evening, which is $697. And if you come back tomorrow, you'll pay the full price, and there won't be the bonuses, just to be clear. And that will be 3 installments of $297 or the full pay of $897. So if you're listening to recording, this will be what is on offer for you. And what I put in here, just to help you, because I know this stuff works if you apply it and use the tools. So I have a 12-month guarantee for you. And what this means is, after applying these tools and using these tools regularly, if not daily, for 12 months, if you don't see any shifts or changes in your financial reality, I will give you your money back, 100% money back guarantee. I will ask, however, for proof that you've actually done the work. It doesn't need to be huge amounts of work, but what I'm interested in is you transforming your life. That's what it's really about for me. And so I want to hold you to that and make sure you do the work. Because I know it works if you do it, really. But if you do the work and you apply it and it's nothing changes for you, I will give you your money back. So, do you need some reassurance? So, will this program work for me? Well, this program will work for you if you work the program. It doesn't happen accidentally by magic with you just sitting there doing nothing. You actually have to engage in the work, the course content. It's not really work for me. It's play. It's fun. Money manifestation is actually fun, but kind of hang out in the groups, listen to the calls, you participate. So it will work if as much as you give in is as much as you receive. So we're talking about that. As much as you show up in your life, the more that you can actually make your life happen. It's the same with anything you do. The more that you commit to this course and the more that you fully show up for it, the more that you will get from it. And that's what I've observed with every single person that I work with. The ones that get the results are the ones that fully show up for the work. But I don't even like the word work, for the play. Will I be able to manifest more money into my life? Absolutely. Again, if you apply the tools, you're willing to let go of that junk, that crap, those awful voices in your head that really don't serve you, that you take that guided action and you courageously move forward in your life. And that you need support for, you really do. And that's what this course is designed to give you. What if I can't make the live calls? Well, it really is okay if you can't make the live calls, because you can listen to them in your own time. You can send in questions. It's great if you can be there, but if you can't, it's okay. What if I go on holiday? So I have some people who will be on holiday for part of the course or near the end of the course, and that's absolutely fine too. Most of the content is going to be taught in the first kind of 6 to 8 weeks. The 12 weeks are there to really hold you and support you. I want you to know that you're held and supported. The content is taught in less time, so it's really just there for you to cradle you, and you can catch up with stuff in your own time. So that's what's really cool about online courses as well. What if I don't have time? Well, my loves, there's never going to be a time where you have more time. Time will bend for you when you make a commitment to something. So, we all have the same amount of time in the day, and it's really about your commitment and your desire to make change. So you might really hate me for this, but there's some things that are actually excuses. One of them's time, not enough time. One of them's not enough money. And the other one is health. So there's 3 things that we often use as excuses of why we can't change our life. And I know they feel real. I know they really feel real. And I can hear you saying, but actually, when you make a decision to do something and to change your life, you make it happen. I'm sure there's areas of your life where you can see that. You just need to get really clear that you're ready. Or even if you're freaking out, but you're ready to change your life. Yeah? Okay. So, my darlings, it is time to come out of hiding. It is time to come out of hiding. And this is what I notice with everyone that I speak to, is there's a part of you that has been hiding. You've been hiding who you are. You've been hiding your magnificence. You've been hiding your gifts. You've been hiding your power. Maybe it's felt like too much. Or maybe it felt like there wasn't really a place for you here. Or maybe it's felt unsafe. But we need you here because you've got something that this planet needs. You've got something that humanity needs. You may not even know what that is yet, but we need people to rise up, to step into their power, to open their hearts and make positive change on this planet. It's crunch time, you know? It's really, really important. Okay. So the Abundance Activation course is here to help you take all of this to the next step, the next level, to help you create your magical life. And this is really about loving yourself, love yourself, value yourself, and empower yourself. And that's what I want for you, because that is just delicious and makes a huge difference on this planet for yourself and everyone else around you. So thank you so much for your time. If you are feeling called and ready, and you know you're ready to dive in and you want that early bird price and the VIP bonus with me, go to this link below here and click on it and sign up. And all you need to do is email me your, actually I'll get it anyways, don't worry, but you can email me your receipt, but I'll get it automatically, so I'll see who has. And basically, I'd love to hear some of your questions. So if you have any questions, you're very welcome to write them in the chat box. I want to thank you so much for taking time to join us this evening. It's been beautiful to have you here. I can feel you all. And I can feel things moving and changing, and you're being challenged. And things get stirred up. You know, that's part of my job. My job is to help expose and shift and change the areas that you're holding yourself back. To bring you out of hiding and to help you show up here more fully and more powerfully in your life. And you can see here below that there's the link to join the course, and there's also my website here if you want to find out more about me. And if you have any questions, please share in the chat box, and I'd love to hear from you. So let me have a little look. Okay. So I have a question here, which is good. It says, hi, Lara, about the step 4 to take an action. Does it literally mean doing whatever? Is it enough to do yoga or swimming? I'm confused about it. Yes, thank you. Good question. So what I really recommend is moving your body every day. So getting in the body, this is a practice of really getting in the body, which would be kind of moving. So yoga or swimming, great. So the action is something a little bit different, which is about your intuition and taking what I call guided action. So they're little inner knowings. You get these, maybe there might be a little voice in your head. And this is something that unfortunately, I don't have time to teach you in this call. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Some of you might not. This is one of the things we cover in the course. But this guided action is like this little knowing about what the next step is. And it might be a little fantasy or a little daydream, but it might be something that scares you as well. So that's your intuition. So that's the guided action you take. The other bit is getting into your body, is moving your body and exercising. So I'm just saying thank you. So someone was saying that the link isn't shared on her phone. I can share it with you. Effie, yes, I can. Alrighty, so I think we're good for questions. Let's see if there's anything else, because some people sent some in for me. Oh yeah, this is great. So some people have come to me about they're good at manifesting money, they're good at welcoming money in or attracting money, but they're equally good at getting rid of money. I don't know if this is you, but there are quite a few people I speak to who have this going on. They'll bring money into their life, but it just goes away as well. So there's a practice of learning how to have money, allowing yourself to have it. And I was under the point of view that money was just for spending, which is part of what it is, but you can spend money so easily. What you want to get into the practice of is allowing yourself to have it. So this is about, you could call it a little savings pot or putting some money aside and just to have it for you. And this is really an amazing practice in self-worth and valuing yourself, and can be a little bit uncomfortable. So one of the things that's recommended is you can put 10% of your earnings aside in your little savings pot, in a pot that you don't touch. And it's really interesting to see what comes up with that. And you're not allowed to spend it. And this is a practice of allowing you to have it. It's the valuing you, honoring you pot. And there's something kind of powerful that happens when that amount of money increases, because it gives you a feeling of more safety or security, knowing that it's there. So that's really fascinating. So I want to encourage you to start putting a little bit of money aside for yourself, not for spending necessarily, just for you, for a practice of receiving and allowing yourself to have it. So that's really, really fascinating. Let's see if there's any other questions that were sent in before to share. Okay, my love. So if you have any questions about any of this that weren't answered tonight on the call, what I'd love you to do is you're very welcome to email me directly. My email address is mail@larawaldman.com. Also, you can visit my website, larawaldman.com, www.larawaldman.com. I'd be very happy to answer your questions. So that the cheaper link, the discounted link, is on this evening, and it won't be there tomorrow. I'm just going to see if there's a few more questions popping in. So there's someone saying, it's lovely, so I'm just going to read it. Thank you so much, Lara. Your guidance this evening has really moved me to tears at times, but also truly validating the inner knowing that has been coming through me recently. I'm so glad. That's really what I want for you. I want you to learn how to trust in you and know that, oh God, I wish I could find a word that it doesn't really come across so well in words, that you deserve it, that it's okay. You have permission. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting the feedback that the link isn't showing up. So just give me 1 second here. I'm going to see if I can bring it up. And I'll put a link in the chat box. That's what I will do. This is going to give me 1 second. So I'd really love to hear from you. I had a lovely chat with someone who was on the webinar. She started applying the 5 steps, and already she shifted her financial reality. One of the things she did was she just knew she had to put her prices up. She asked for a raise, and guess what? She got it. And that was so cool. So that was just literally from being on the webinar and applying the 5 steps. So I really want you to encourage you to go out and really start using this stuff, because it does work. But just recognize you may need some support, and that's okay. You know, that is part of our human need. It's not a weakness. It's not a limitation. It's just part of what we need on this planet. We need, I'm just trying to find the right link here. We need help. You were never meant to do it on your own, my beauties. We're here together, rising up together. I'm going to find this link. Sorry, it's taking me a second to find it. Yeah, so I'd love to hear how you found it, anything that came up for you, any questions, contact me directly. And I'm just still trying to find this link. Sorry for this. Okay, here it is. There we go. Alrighty. So I'm going to put the link in the chat box. So you should be able to see it there. Hopefully it comes to you now. Just let me know that you can see it and that it's there for you. Oh, you're so welcome. There's just people saying thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Your presence is a blessing. It really is. Okay, so I hope you, Effie, can you just let me know that the link is there, that you can see it? Make sure it's there. Okay, she has the link. Wonderful. So the link's there in the chat box. So thank you so much for taking your precious time out to be here this evening. I hope you've got a lot of value from this call. It's my intention that you do. It's intention that you leave with a lot more awareness and some tools to start getting out of your own way and living and creating your magical life. Sending you huge amounts of love. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day.